Well, we are almost ready for system test number one. This is definitely a little silly, but when I was a kid, I infamously used to attach alarms and all sorts of things to my door, and something recently caused me to look into upgrading my sirens for my alarm system, and in the process I found all these videos of basically people collecting fire alarms, and well, it's a can of worms. I started hunting around on eBay, and I found this Wheelock 7200, and I have a few other things as well on the way. But the real crazy thing is I got this PowerPath PS6 NAC extender for $10. Yes, $10. This is like a $500-600 NAC extender that I just literally got for $10, and that's amazing. Now, most of the people I feel like doing these system tests, they're probably doing it off a full fire panel, so maybe this isn't as desirable for that purpose, but in this case, I don't really want a full fire panel. In fact, I don't even want this to be considered necessary. This is basically just adding sirens to my burglar system in addition to the built-in one. So if this whole thing just was ripped off the wall, nothing would really matter. It's basically just for fun, shits and giggles. All that said, it's tied into my alarm system, which is fully automated with Home Assistant. And here we go. System test number one. Temporal. The infamous skipping Wheelock and temporal. All right. Well, I have no idea how that will have turned out on the phone, but hopefully it turned out okay. Obviously, we're down here in my basement, so it can be a bit of a mess, but hoping to get some more things attached, bells, sirens, all sorts of stuff. The alarm system itself is 12 volts, so I'm going to do some vintage 12-volt horns. I got some Faradays actually already here, and then everything off this panel, all the strobes and everything else will be 24 volts. So I have a few other cool things coming for 24 volts. So I'm not sure where I'm going to put all these things around the house. I'm going to try to do it in a reasonable way. The Faradays I got are actually the beige ones, and I'm actually going to replace some of the existing alarm components with it, so it almost looks like it's supposed to be that way. Whereas the fire stuff, I think I'm going to use them in more strategic areas so that it looks a little less silly. I'm going to try to do it sort of proper looking, but obviously, like I said, in such a way that it's mostly just for fun. I'm more just wanting to, have a collection of cool old fire things. Kind of goes along with some of the vintage lamps and other things I've been collecting lately. I really like the paint they used on this thing. It's just really cool red enamel paint. Just the kind of stuff I really appreciate, even with the lamps and other things I collect. It's always got that kind of cool paint on it. So it's another thing with that kind of cool stuff. about it. And this thing, which is really cool for $10. I mean, for even $50, I'd say this would be a pretty cool thing. But for what it's actually worth, it's a very cool thing. And you know, I was able to just hardwire it in the way it's supposed to be. And fortunately, I had my alarm system wiring like right next to it, so it was all very easy. And then my breaker right above it, even. So yeah, piece of cake. But batteries, easy enough. Yeah, not really much more to say about it. I'm not trying to go into too much detail about my alarm system because, well, that's my alarm system. But this is, yeah, it's a Wheelock PowerPath PS6. I think this model might actually be discontinued. From what I was reading, I believe it's only this top board that's any different between the two. And at the moment, they are only selling the newer top board. So you could realistically just upgrade this to a PS8, if it even matters. Like, what's the difference? 2 amps. With, you know, the amount of alarm sirens I'm going to have in my house. I don't think I would ever max out either model. So, realistically, this thing's probably fine. You can actually see there's like a few capacitor spots here that aren't filled in. I wonder if that's really just the difference, if they just have a few more caps and rectifiers or whatever filled in. But you never know. All right, well, I think I rambled on long enough. This is system test number 1. Who knew? Until next time, everyone.